Hi everyone, I am sure that everybody is doing perfect. Today we will talk about what did I learn from spirituality. All of you know that when I follow my heart, it means I am in sync with the universe and following what my heart tells. Now, what I learned from spirituality is that whatever we know till today is what we know just because we are knowing it from our senses. But there is a world when you go out of this mind and try to understand what is the meaning of your heart, or how to differentiate between what you know and what you don't know. So if your intuition is telling you something, or it wants you to do something, to listen to that precision and how to use that precision is known to you by silencing your mind. So I learned the art to silence my mind. The previous stage of my mind was to control and be calm. The next stage was to silence my mind. Then I learned how to actually go into stillness where your mind doesn't shake and it stops to think. So I actually learned to flow in the direction of what my heart is saying. So I learned that first. Second thing I learned is every situation that is happening to me today is taking me to the bigger purpose that I am supposed to fulfill in this life. Third thing is there is something beyond perception, because perception is coming from my mind. But if I rise above my mind, I dissolve that perception and see everything and every person as is, to discover everything that I am supposed to know at that moment. Fourth, I actually learned is I am the real me, or is there something more that I didn't know that existed today. So for example, there are so many books of finding your purpose, or there are so many gurus who are telling us that silence your mind. But in order to understand what they mean, I didn't follow that blindly. I actually found my own route or way to know if that is true or not. So in that finding the answers to that truth, I actually went inside my own life and started to connect my own dots to find the truth. In that process, I learned to follow my heart, dissolve my mind, calm my mind, and everything that I know till date about my own self. The fifth thing that I came to know is that the universe is always there to support you and make your decisions right. So I learned how to listen to that universe and how to decipher the messages that it is sending to me. The sixth thing I learned is when you talk about that this universe is a reflection of me, how is that a reflection to me? And why is that a reflection? The seventh thing that I learned is, when you talk about God, do God really exist? Or it is within me? Or am I misguided? So I also figured the answer to that question. Next is, I understood the meaning of facing my own fears. And I understood why my fears are getting generated and what is the source of those fears. And of course, how to handle those fears and come out of it very strong. Next thing is my life already designed or do I have to design it? And if I choose not to design it, then what happens? So I learned, if I flow in the direction of the universe, everything is already there. And when everything is already there, my only purpose is to listen and utilize them by that listening, which is again following my heart. Next thing I learned is to live in this present moment. Because if I don't live in the present moment, my future will not be formed. I cannot think of the future till I learn to live in this moment. So if I live in this moment, my future is automatically forming. I don't have to think about it or make plans about my future. It is already forming because I am living in this moment and I am doing everything to the full of my potential. Next, I learned whatever decisions that I have made in my life was always my own responsibility, irrespective if they went wrong or right. So indirectly, I learned how to be brave and what is the meaning of being brave. Next, I learned the meaning of being wise. Wise means to adapt in a situation that is in front of you and find a solution. Next, I learned how to be focused on myself so that I don't get lost in everything that is happening outside me that is distracting me. So I learned how to get rid of all the distractions in my life. Also, I learned if there is a connection between my heart and the physical world that I live in, and how is everything connected, and where to fit what piece in my life, and how to get directions to what is right to do in my life. I also learned if I am crying, is that crying coming from the pain that I've already collected, or I'm crying in the moment of gratefulness. Thus, I learned acceptance, that if I am crying right now, it is perfect because I have to soothe it from inside. I also learned when to speak and when to not speak. I also learned if my behavior is changing naturally, then why it is changing, and from where is that behavioral pattern being originated. I also learned to question is spirituality real, or is it something that is always fake, or it has something valuable for me that can be applied to my own life, so that I can improve and become the best version of myself and polish me from every facet in my life. So I thought that I must share my lessons that I have learned from the past 2 years by following the route that I was following. And if I take this on, then what changes will happen in my life, or am I already changed? So if I feel calm inside, if I'm at peace always, and if I know that all the solutions are within me, it's just a matter to decipher them, then it's because of all the lessons that I have learned till date that I have shared with you today. Thank you so much for listening and watching. It has always been my privilege to serve you, and I'll always do that to help you learn and grow, because that is how I am learning and I'm growing. Thank you so much, and keep smiling.